So I woke up this morning in a really good mood, which could probably change any minute now. um, I've had my pancakes, I've had my coffee, I'm all good. I've got appointments today through the early afternoon, which is really nice. But I just woke up in a really great mood. I fell asleep last night to cool temperatures and cicadas outside, and this one mockingbird, it doesn't know what time it is. Um, but when I woke up, I just felt grateful, right? And that's like the one thing that I always struggle with is gratitude. But I felt grateful for my feminine friendships and my feminine relationships. Those being different in that, like, I've got some best friendships that are next level. And I have always historically struggled with trusting women, in friendship. I've been, I would say, betrayed in some crazy fundamental ways. I remember in college, I had one friend who, I was always a late bloomer, and so I didn't really sleep with anyone. Like, I was dating some people, but I was pretty shy. And I remember this one female friend, whoever I would tell that I had a crush on, she would go and hook up with them and then tell me about it, and I'd be like, what the hell? And I actually stayed friends with her for at least another year because I was like, she's wounded and I'm going to get to the bottom of this. But then until I realized that it was none of my business, I stayed in that. But that said, I've just had, a rotation of really unhealthy feminine relationships until I made the decision to start choosing people who are less chaotic and more in their magic. And the moment I started doing that, the more I realized, like, hey, feminine relationships, female friendships, they hold alchemy to them, because if you have a really good friend, they have the capacity to heal broken hearts, like to heal the hearts that they never broke in the first place. I think about how many friends who have held me in their energy as I've nursed a broken heart, or as I have nursed, my own expectations around another friendship. They really stood in their power and stood next to me and just lent energy until I was ready to recalibrate. And for that, I'm really grateful. And so this past weekend, I'd watched one of my best friends here in Asheville get married. And I was commenting to my partner that my friend Margaret specifically is someone who I really admire, because she's someone who raises other feminines up and she prioritizes her friendships. But not just that, she isn't competitive with other women. She, looks on how she could put people together to help raise their vibration. She's extremely magical, and I'm really grateful for her and grateful for the other feminines who I am close to, currently. But I wanted to do a reading, actually a tarot reading around that, because I feel like women together have always historically been pitted against each other when we're unhealed. And it is not until we heal and we move forward and we alchemize whatever traumas and trials that are thrown our way, that we come together in a place of healing and communion. I think that is where I see the divine feminine come in, but also like a lot of strength. And I always think about whoever I am struggling with relationship-wise currently, because I've done a lot of work around healing and around the boundaries that I hold with myself and around others, is that when people don't match my energy, it just means that they need to work on it. So I wanted to do a read today. If you are struggling with finding friendships, finding healing dynamics with other people, I know that they're out there, that they're out there, but maybe, using the cards to help you grow in that direction might be helpful today. This is interesting. So 7 of Cups is all about shadow work. The one thing that before I really, I had a point in my 20s where I only relied on masculines for friendship, because I was just like, I can't trust women. I'm not going to go there. So I'm just going to be friends with guys. And as you can imagine, that blew up in its own way. But it wasn't until I started doing shadow work around who I am, what I represent, what I bring to the table, and how I can, because I always like overextend myself and overhelp people, and I've always been a fixer. And when I kind of did some work around that and realized that it's not my job to do that, shadow work, it's very helpful. So if you're looking for friendships, especially feminine friendships right now, and you're having problems with it, do some work around it on whether you're really ready or not. And you know, it's like, it's all trial and error. Like even right now, I'm 43, and I'm realizing, last year I realized that majority of my friends were in their early to mid 20s, and while that's not a problem, there's a fundamental difference, and I've found myself trying to reach towards other feminines my own age, so that we could be on the same page with life. And that's been challenging in and of itself, just because everyone has kids now and I don't. You know, it's like everyone has very busy schedules. This is really important. Your challenge is Seven of Wands, which is really interesting after pulling Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is doing the shadow work around realizing that, you know, what is it that's held you back from having truly beautiful feminine relationships, friendships? But Seven of Wands is about knowing that you're worth it, right? It's about saying, I want this kind of friend. It's the same manifestation as bringing a partner forward, right? A romantic partner. Is that what you want to do is say, I want to manifest this person and I'm worthy of this person. And I think that's really important to do that, but that's your challenge, is realizing that you can bring this person forward if it's someone that you're looking for. And then the outcome, this is the Daddy card, is Ten of Pentacles, is, you know, knowing, sitting in your worth, knowing you're worth it, bringing them forward, calling them forward. You know, the one thing about this card is always a grandfather energy to me in a way. It's like, you know, you take care of your family, you take care of your people. It's about you realizing that in a truly healed, alchemized, feminine friendship, relationship, it's about two people who are healed coming together to create something beautiful because you're both worth it. And that is the outcome of that. So yeah, today I just wanted to do this reading about healing, but I really focused on feminine friendships because they're so rare to have a collective of women coming together that aren't bringing their own agendas. They're just showing up happy, healed, grateful. And that's really, if you're looking for those kind of friends, what you should be looking for, but you should be starting within and then growing without. So I'm going to keep working on my good mood today. I hope everyone has a good one, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.